All right, hey there, guys. So I am going to show you how to do the birthday app. At least this is my method from the Udacity courses of the Android development, beginner development. So first off, I've started with the relative layout. As the new Android Studio is updated, it starts with the constraint layout. I have not learned that yet, as to I'm pretty new at this. Um, so. We're going to go ahead and go with relative layout. So if you start up and you have issues, just make sure you have relative layout chosen or written in your code instead of, you can kind of see on my code here, where up here it has relative layout. Yours may look a little different. It may say constraint. It may have, and there also will be some attributes in here that you will need to get rid of as well. I'm sorry, no, it will be in your text view, I believe. Anyway, so I added this image view right here. Um, so what we are going to do now is we are going to take the image that we want. So we took our image in Windows and drag and drop it into our drawable folder. If you don't know how to get there, you can right click on drawable and you can scroll down to show and explore. It'll take you there, and then you can take the image that you want to use and drag and drop it into your drawable folder. Remember that drawable folders are specific um, per each project. So, like if you put something in a drawable folder for a different app, it's not always going to be in your drawable folder. It's just going to be in the drawable folder for that app. So if you wanted an image for a different app, you have to redrop and drag and drop it into the drawable folder for this app. Anyway, so I already moved my image in there. I called it Dad Birthday. So what we're going to go ahead and do, and when you make this image view, it's always make sure you have your layout height and your layout width. I did match parent on this because I wanted it to match the parent, whether it's on a tablet or whether it's on a phone. All right, so now I'm going to go down here. I am going to do Android because we don't have an image yet over here. So we're going to do Android source equals and at drawable. Remember at because we're referencing something in Android. So we're going to do at drawable backslash dad birthday is what I name mine. As you can see over here, you can name it whatever you want. Okay. Now we want to make sure that the image fits. So we're going to, as you can see, because it doesn't really fit all over the screen, we got this blank white space here. We want to fill that. So we're going to do Android, and we're going to do scale type, and we're going to do crop. I'm sorry, center crop. And now you can see the image has taken up the entire space. Don't forget to close out your tag because we're done with that now because it fills the entire space like I wanted it to. And so now we're going to move on to this text view here. Mine's going to say, you can have it say hello world if you want. I have happy birthday, happy. Having a tough time typing today. Happy birthday, Dad. Okay, and now you can see it has happy birthday, Dad up here in the corner, but we want it a little bit larger. I want it to, I have no specific size I want the text to be. I want it to change per device. So if it's on a tablet, I want it to still fill equal space. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do Android. We're going to do text size equals, and we are going to, I'm going to do 36SP. And why SP? SP is so that per device it'll space out evenly. It won't just be one set size. Okay, and on to next. I don't want it squished up against the ends over here. So I am going to give it some padding. So we're going to do Android padding. And I'm going to give it 20 20 dips of padding. Oops, man, I really can't type today. Okay, 20 dips. And now you can like it if you like it like that, great. I like the color, so I'm going to keep it like that because by default it's going to be that black. Um, so now I'm going to, how do I, add Android, oops. Now I've been having troubles with this, so if you have troubles with it as well, you can always add relative layout back in there at the end. I don't know why I'm having issues with it. Um, Again, I'm fairly new at this, so bear with me. So I'm going to change the text or the font family. So we're going to do Android font family because I want it to be a little fancy. It's for my dad's birthday. I want it to look nice, so I'm going to do Android font family. I'm going to do cursive for this guy. And now you can see over here, it's changed cursive. We have all the spacing we need. I'm happy with it. Except for he has no idea who it's from. But as you can see, we've got the image placed exactly how I want it. My lovely, lovely balloons. My happy birthday, Dad. It's the size I want it. And as you can see, if we go to a different device, let's say on a tablet, so it says happy birthday, Dad up in the corner. And then I want to put something down there. So I am going to sorry, I'm gonna go back to next 4. So working on this guy right here. Okay. And now I'm gonna copy this text view because I'm just gonna use this guy. I'm just gonna change the Android text. And I'm gonna add some boundaries to it as well, or some attributes to it. So I'm gonna add text view. And so now I have another happy birthday, Dad. You can't see it on top of it right there. So I'm gonna go and change from Evan. So I changed happy birthday, Dad to from Evan. And now you can kind of see they're overlapping. They don't look pretty, but that's where we're going to go. And now down here, I'm going to add some more attributes. I'm going to do Android align parent right, and I'm going to do true. So now to the right, but it's not quite where I want it. So we're going to do one more. I'm going to Android align parent bottom. I'm sorry. Yes, align parent bottom. The reason I'm using Android align parent layout align parent bottom is because I want it to align to the parent. So this is the parent right here. All of this is the parent. I want it to align to the parent. So I want it to be aligned to the right, which it is, but I also want it to align to the bottom so they're kind of catty corner of each other. So I'm going to do align parent bottom, and I'm going to make that true as well. Okay. So now I've got my text where I want it. I've got my image where I want it. And I think it's ready to upload. Just don't forget to do your closing tag here. And since I was having trouble with the relative layout, I just want to make sure I add that back in. So we're going to do relative layout. Make sure it's a closing tag as well. Relative layout. And boom. This should be ready to upload. Your app should be ready, or your birthday card app should be ready at least. So what we're going to do now, we have everything where we want it. We have our closing tags. Everything is good. We're going to click play up here. And now I have a device connected. So I'm going to click OK on this. You can use the emulator if you want, but I was strongly advised to use a device. And so I'm going to use a device. Oh, and now I had some issues here running it. So let's see if we can't fix that. So let's go here. So it looks like I have an issue here because I didn't close out this tag. So always make sure you're closing out your tags. Okay, so I don't see any other errors at this moment. So let's give that a shot again. So again, if you have any errors, look for any red. You can always check the content online as well. So now it's trying to build it again. Let's see if we fix our problem. Okay. And sometimes it'll take a minute to run. We just want to make sure that it does actually run. You can see down here in the bottom, it'll say Gradle build running, and it'll tell you if it's installing the APKs, or you can also see right here where it says build running, all that. It'll tell you if you have any errors in your code. Again, it does take a minute, so don't worry if it does seem like it might be stuck. So long as everything, the wheels are turning, you should be good. Just make sure there's no red over here in your build. If it stops, it says okay, okay, but then you have some red. You want to make sure that you go back and check your code, and make sure that you did close out all of your tags, make sure everything is written in correctly. If not, just give it a second. So now it says build complete successful. It is uploading on my phone, which just give it a minute and it will actually should launch onto your phone. So now I don't have my phone connected here. I'll try to get a picture of it, but it has uploaded onto my phone successfully. It says happy birthday dad up here in the corner. It fixed because I did that SP, so like it didn't just like run off. So now I have happy birthday dad down here because I have a little bit different device and it says up here. So my screen's a little bit smaller. It says from Evan down here. And again, we have our DP, we have our padding, our 20 dips of padding, which put the spacing evenly between. We have our image in the background, which we have right here with our image view. And if everything is done accordingly, as you see down here, okay, 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 it should have loaded up onto your phone and or emulator if you decide to use an emulator, if you didn't use a device. And you should have no issues. If you did run into any issues, again, you can always check the resources online. But I strongly recommend to go back through and check your code. As you can see in my video, I had a few mistakes, and I had to go back and check. So go back, check your code, make sure it's written in there properly, make sure you have all your closing tags, and then try running it again. If all else fails, check your resources online. And you can also check my code. But yeah, no, if you've got all this written in there correctly and you press play up there in the right hand corner, then you should see this app load onto your phone. And that is your first step to becoming a developer. This is your birthday card. So yeah, thank you guys again for tuning in, and I hope you have all the success in the world of getting this to work. And if not, again, check your resources and make sure you just double check your code. All right, thank you guys.